Your child is your karmic mirror. Spiritual lessons from Paramhansa Yogananda. Have you ever watched your child react to something in a way that instantly reminded you of yourself? Perhaps they displayed the same stubbornness you struggle with, or maybe they showed a fear that mirrors your own deepest anxieties. Have you ever wondered why certain traits in your child trigger such strong emotions within you? Why does their anger make you so angry? Why does their sadness pierce your heart so deeply? Why do their patterns sometimes feel like looking into a spiritual mirror? According to the great spiritual master Paramahansa Yogananda, this is no coincidence. He taught us that our children don't just inherit our physical features, they reflect our souls. Your child, dear soul, is your karmic mirror, showing you exactly what you need to see for your own spiritual evolution. These moments of recognition are not accidents, they are divine invitations to look deeper, to heal what needs healing, and to grow in ways you never imagined possible. Introduction to the teaching. What does it mean when we say our child is our karmic mirror? Are we seeing our flaws reflected back at us? Are we being shown our mistakes? Or is something far more beautiful and purposeful happening beneath the surface? In this sacred teaching, we will explore how your child serves as a divine reflection of your inner world. We'll discover how their behaviors, struggles, and gifts mirror your own soul's journey, and why recognizing these patterns is one of the most powerful tools for spiritual awakening available to any parent. Whether your child challenges you or delights you, frustrates you, or inspires you, they are constantly showing you aspects of yourself that are ready for transformation. You are not just raising a child, dear soul. You are being offered a clear view into your own spiritual landscape through the innocent eyes of the soul you call your son or daughter. So stay with me on this journey of discovery. This isn't about blame or guilt. It's about recognition, healing, and profound love. Because when you begin to see your child as your spiritual mirror, everything changes. Parenting becomes a path to enlightenment, and your child becomes your greatest teacher. Let us begin this sacred exploration together. Understanding the karmic mirror, let us first understand what we mean by a karmic mirror, dear soul. A mirror shows us what is already there. It doesn't create what we see, it simply reflects it back to us with perfect clarity. Your child functions in much the same way spiritually. They reflect back to you the energies, patterns, and unresolved aspects of your own soul. As Paramhansa Yogananda beautifully explained, the child is the karmic result of the parent's past actions, but also the mirror of their present consciousness. This reflection happens in many ways. Sometimes your child will display the exact same emotional patterns you struggle with, perhaps impatience, fear, or difficulty with authority. Other times, they may exhibit the opposite extreme, showing you through contrast what you need to balance within yourself. The truth is, Dear soul, everything that triggers you in your child's behavior is pointing you towards something within yourself that needs attention. If their defiance makes you furious, look at your own relationship with authority. If their sensitivity overwhelms you, examine your own emotional boundaries. If their creativity inspires you, recognize the artist within your own soul that may need expression. This is not about judgment or self criticism. The karmic mirror is a tool of love, not condemnation. It's the universe's gentle way of saying, "Here, dear one, look at this part of yourself. It's ready to be healed, understood, or celebrated." When we begin to see our children as mirrors rather than problems to be fixed, our entire approach to parenting transforms from reactive to responsive, from controlling to conscious. The mirror of emotional patterns. Now, let us explore one of the most profound ways your child serves as your karmic mirror through emotional patterns. Have you ever noticed that the emotions your child expresses most intensely are often the very ones you struggle with most deeply? This is no accident. Children are natural empaths, especially with their parents. They absorb and reflect the emotional energy of the household, like spiritual sponges. But more than that, they often carry forward the same emotional imprints that you yourself brought into this lifetime. If you find yourself constantly dealing with an angry child, dear soul, look honestly at your own relationship with anger. Perhaps you suppress it, perhaps you express it too freely, or perhaps you fear it. Your child may be showing you, through their struggles, what anger looks like when it's not properly understood or channeled. If your child is anxious, examine your own fears and worries. If they're overly controlling, look at your own need for control. If they have trouble with boundaries, reflect on your own relationship with saying yes and no. Paramhansa Yogananda wisely taught, what you see in your child that disturbs you most is often what needs healing within your own heart. This doesn't mean you caused your child struggles, but it does mean that healing often happens simultaneously when parent and child grow together. The beautiful truth is that as you work on transforming these patterns within yourself through meditation, self reflection, and conscious choice, your child often begins to shift as well. The mirror becomes clearer, and both souls find greater peace. Remember, dear soul, this reflection serves a divine purpose. Your child is helping you see what's ready to be transformed, and you're helping them learn healthy ways to process and express these same energies. When your child mirrors your gifts, the karmic mirror doesn't only reflect our challenges, it also beautifully reflects our gifts, talents, and highest potentials. Sometimes we see our own divine qualities shining through our children in ways that take our breath away. Perhaps your child displays a natural compassion that reminds you of your own loving heart. Maybe they show creativity that awakens the artist within you that you thought was long forgotten. Or they might demonstrate courage in situations where you've always felt fearful, showing you that this bravery exists within you too, waiting to be claimed. When you recognize your positive qualities mirrored in your child, celebrate this sacred reflection. As Paramhansa Yogananda said, the qualities you most admire in your child are gifts you both share. Honor them in your child and reclaim them in yourself. This recognition can be deeply healing. Many of us have forgotten our own gifts, buried them under layers of self doubt or life's demands. When we see them shining clearly in our children, we're reminded of who we truly are at our highest potential. Your child may mirror your intuitive wisdom, your musical abilities, your love of nature, or your capacity for joy. They show you these gifts not to make you jealous or regretful, but to remind you that these qualities are still alive within you, ready to be expressed and developed. The truth is, dear soul, when you nurture and celebrate these gifts in your child, you simultaneously awaken them more fully in yourself. The mirror works both ways. As you encourage their light to shine, your own light grows brighter. This creates a beautiful cycle of mutual inspiration and growth, where parent and child continuously uplift each other toward their highest potential. Healing through the mirror's reflection. When we truly understand that our child is our karmic mirror, we realize that healing happens on multiple levels simultaneously. As you work to transform the patterns you see reflected in your child, you're not just helping them, you're healing ancestral patterns that may have been passed down through generations. The mirror shows us exactly what's ready to be healed. If your child struggles with self worth, examine your own relationship with self love. If they have difficulty trusting others, look at your own trust patterns. If they resist change, reflect on your own flexibility and adaptability. But here's the profound truth, dear soul. As you consciously work on healing these patterns within yourself through meditation, therapy, or spiritual practice, the reflection in the mirror begins to change. Your child often naturally begins to shift as well, not because you're trying to change them, but because the energy they're reflecting has transformed. Paramhansa Yogananda reminded us, heal the parent, and you often heal the child. Change the reflection, and the mirror shows something new. This doesn't mean children don't have their own karmic patterns to work through, but it does mean that your conscious growth creates a more harmonious environment for their own healing. The most powerful healing tool you have is your own commitment to growth and self awareness. Every time you choose patience over reactivity, love over fear, understanding over judgment, you're changing what's available for your child to mirror. This is the sacred responsibility and profound gift of conscious parenting. You're not just raising a child, you're participating in the healing of family patterns that may have persisted for lifetimes. The mirror of life. Lessons. Sometimes our children mirror not just our emotional patterns or gifts, but the very life lessons we're here to learn. They become living examples of the spiritual curriculum our souls have chosen for this lifetime. If your life lesson is about learning patience, your child may naturally be someone who requires enormous patience from you. If you're here to learn about unconditional love, your child might challenge you to love them through difficulties that test every boundary you thought you had. If your soul is learning about letting go and trust, your child may be fiercely independent, forcing you to release control. If you're meant to develop courage, your child might face challenges that require you to be braver than you ever imagined possible. This doesn't mean your child exists solely for your growth. They have their own soul's journey and lessons, but in the divine wisdom of karma, souls often choose to walk together in relationships that serve everyone's highest evolution. As Paramhansa Yogananda taught, the greatest teachers often come disguised as our children. They show us not what we want to learn, but what we most need to learn. Sometimes the mirror reflects exactly what we've been avoiding or what we didn't even know we needed to develop. The key is to approach these reflections with gratitude rather than resistance. When you can see your child's challenging behaviors as opportunities for your own spiritual growth, everything shifts. You stop taking their actions personally and start seeing them as divine assignments designed to help you become who you're meant to be. Beyond the mirror, seeing the individual soul, while it's profound to recognize how your child serves as your karmic mirror, it's equally important to remember that they are also an individual soul with their own unique path, purposes, and lessons that have nothing to do with you. The danger in the mirror teaching is that we might reduce our children to mere reflections of ourselves, forgetting that they come with their own divine blueprint, their own gifts to develop, and their own spiritual journey to walk. Yes, they mirror aspects of your consciousness, but they also bring entirely new energies, talents, and perspectives that are uniquely theirs. They may have chosen you as their parent not just to help you grow, but because you can provide the specific environment and support they need for their own soul's evolution. Paramhansa Yogananda wisely cautioned, see the reflection, but honor the individual. Your child is both your mirror and their own unique star, shining with their own divine light. This balance between recognition and respect for individuality is crucial for healthy spiritual parenting. Some aspects of your child's personality, interests, and challenges may have nothing to do with you at all. They may be working on soul lessons that are entirely their own, bringing forward gifts from past lifetimes or processing experiences that belong only to them. The art of conscious parenting is learning to discern what is reflection and what is individual expression. When you can hold both truths simultaneously, that your child both mirrors you and is completely their own person, you create space for the most authentic and loving relationship possible. The ultimate purpose, mutual, liberation. As we reach the deeper understanding of this teaching, let us ask, what is the ultimate purpose of this karmic mirror relationship between parent and child? Is it simply to show us our patterns and help us grow? Or is there something even more sacred happening? The truth is, dear soul, the ultimate purpose of all karmic relationships is liberation, freedom from the patterns that keep our souls bound to lower consciousness. When you and your child serve as mirrors for each other, you're both being offered the opportunity to transcend old limitations and awaken to your highest spiritual potential. As you heal the patterns you see reflected in your child, and as you support them in developing their own gifts and overcoming their own challenges, both souls are gradually freed from karmic bondage. You're not just improving your relationship, you're participating in each other's spiritual liberation. Paramhansa Yogananda beautifully explained, when parent and child see each other as fellow souls walking toward the same divine destination, karma becomes a bridge to freedom rather than a chain of bondage. In this sacred recognition, parenting becomes a spiritual practice of the highest order. The mirror serves its purpose when it eventually becomes transparent. The goal is not to be forever analyzing what your child reflects back to you, but to grow to a point where you can love and support them from a place of such inner clarity and peace that the reflection naturally becomes one of divine light. This is the miracle of conscious parenting. As you use the mirror to heal and grow, you gradually become a clearer reflection of love, wisdom, and spiritual truth for your child to mirror in return. Closing message. Dear soul, if you've stayed with me through this sacred exploration, I want you to know that you've just received one of the most transformative teachings available to any parent. You now understand that your relationship with your child is far more than biological. It's a divine spiritual assignment. You've learned that your child is your karmic mirror, reflecting back to you exactly what your soul needs to see for its own healing and evolution. Whether they show you your challenges or your gifts, your fears or your courage, they are constantly offering you opportunities for deeper self awareness and spiritual growth. Remember, this mirror reflects with love, not judgment. Every pattern you see is an invitation to heal. Every gift you recognize is a call to reclaim your own divine potential, and every challenge is a chance to grow stronger and more compassionate. Take this teaching gently into your daily life. The next time your child triggers a strong emotional reaction in you, pause and ask, what is this showing me about myself? What part of my soul is ready for healing or growth? And when you see their beautiful qualities shining forth, remember to honor those same gifts within yourself. Parenting is not just about raising a child, it's about raising your consciousness. Your child is not just your offspring, they're your spiritual companion, walking beside you on the path toward divine awakening. If this message has touched your heart or opened your awareness to a new way of seeing your relationship with your child, please share it with someone who might benefit from this sacred perspective. Like this video if it brought you clarity, and subscribe for more spiritual teachings that can transform your journey as both a parent and a soul seeking truth. I invite you to share in the comments below. What did you recognize about yourself in the mirror of your child today? What pattern or gift did this teaching help you see more clearly? Your sharing might be exactly what another parent needs to hear on their own journey of conscious awakening. Until we meet again, may you see your child with eyes of wonder. May your heart remain open to the lessons love brings. And may you always remember that in raising your child with consciousness, you are participating in the sacred work of healing the world. With infinite love and blessings on your journey, dear soul.